Hello everybody, welcome back to an episode of Trails of Daybreak 2. In the last parts, I think we finished up all the 4 SPGs around the town. The last of the 4 SPGs, so there's no more 4 SPGs! We did them all! They're the best spriggans in town. And then, yeah, I think that's what we did yesterday in the last part. I think we also did the 9th floor in the garden as well. I can't quite remember what happened in the last part. Now, we got some connection events we gotta do before we can continue on with the festival. As you can see, I went ahead and did the remaining bits of those activities. So I banged out the rest of those points. Might as well use them up, not let them go to waste. I actually, and I also accidentally did Yume's, connection events when I was giving everybody their gifts. I accidentally clicked on this by accident, so I accidentally initiated this one, and the thing that I got out of it was Yume's charm. So I got that from Yume, which is nice. Nice of her to give me that. Before we do the connection events, though, the last 6, we got a little blue thing up here. What is this? What's going on here? Oh, I hear some voices come from inside there. I think it's Ren and Miss Matilda, Miss Towa by the sounds of it. I hear Dad too. You don't have to go in there if you don't want to. No, we may as well since we're already here. Ooh, look at this crowd gathering. You changed quite a bit. But you know what they say, the more things change, the more they stay the same. I'm beginning to believe I'll always be the naive student I used to be in your eyes, Miss Matilda. Oh, hi, Agnes. Hello, Mr. Arkwright. Ah, you're finally here. Let me put on some tea for you. Oh, no, that's okay. You don't have to do that. Well, I shouldn't be leaving the nurse's office empty for too long, so I'd better be going. Please take your time and enjoy yourselves. I wish you all the best, Mr. President. Thank you. Please take care of yourself. I didn't realize you knew Miss Matilda. She's been on faculty since my days at this academy. She helped me a great deal during that time of my life. I assume the same could be said for you, Mr. Kincaid, yes? Indeed, she has been coming as something of an advisor to the student council for a very long time. Oh, and she was also a bit of a caretaker for a certain problem child, whose antics caused the poor woman no end of undue stress. Is that so? I can easily picture that. Yeah, I'll admit I was a bit of a troublemaker. Hey, wait! You're one to talk! You caused her a lot of headaches yourself! And I bet Ren did too! Anyway, what brings you here today, Mr. President? The last time we spoke, Oh. Don't worry, Agnes. I've known all about you and your dad since before I came to the Republic. I also remember what happened back then. Oh, you did? I guess the same goes for you, Mr. Prez? Correct. I remember everything that happened quite clearly. By the way, I also heard all about your exploits with the Guardmaster from Kincaid. Part of the reason I came here today was to thank you in person. And if that coup d'etat ultimately didn't come to fruition, the fact remains that you saved the capital. And dispel the shadows of our past that would have no doubt consumed our present. Oh. Wish I could take all the credit, but I can't. Had a bit of help with that. I trust the items that were passed down to my daughter from my mother-in-law proved to be useful in that situation. So then, as your father and his family, I'd like to express just how grateful I am. Dad? Well, if you really are so grateful, then how about you show it by giving me some... Of course, considering it never happened and it cannot be disclosed to the public, I'm afraid I'm unable to provide you with any remuneration. Nah, damn mirror pigeon cheapskate. Why must you always be so difficult, Dad? He jests. We prepared a small reward. This is where we're having a secret reserve fund comes in handy. It isn't much, but I suggest you keep him on a short leash. Otherwise, he'll spend it all in one place. Understood. Will do. No, won't do. Do you not trust my daughter, Mr. Arkwright? As a performance not satisfactory. Oh, and if memory serves, when you visited our home at the end of last year, you only stayed for a slice of cake and left in quite a huff. We should arrange a time where we can sit and talk frankly, man to man. Perhaps we could book a sauna session. you're in the saunas? Wait, no, I don't want. Hey, what the hell are you doing with your Zypha, Renee? Well, I'm simply putting a reservation at a private sauna that opened recently. I don't remember saying I'd agree to this. Try not to let them get to you, Vaughn. Well, at least we were able to shift the conversation away from the subject of the Genesis. Agreed. Well, in any case, I feel a little more at ease now. I guess he really is a father at heart. Although I can't help but be a little worried about where things will go from here. Me too. That plan of his, whatever it entails, has been progressing for the past 2 years now. We still know very little about it, but I wouldn't be surprised if he makes an announcement about it before long. Oh boy. Well, outdoors, Vaughn, the student council president, resumed his rounds with Agnes. Ooh, an additional connection event? Cool, I can make up the one I actually spent. Alright. That was nice. That was nice. Alright, so I highly doubt I'll be able to go through all 7 in one video. So this might take 2 videos to go through all these, depending on how long they are. So, let's do it. Let's top you off, because I'm gonna max your stars out. Okay, the meeting place is just past here. Got no clue what to expect from this. Hey, what's up, Vaughn? Wow, you actually showed. Why do you sound so surprised? I ain't the type to accept an invite and then be a no-show. So you seemed a little spaced out there for a minute. Something on your mind? Oh, not really. I was just watching you do your thing. Seeing your form with that sword against all those white petals is pretty mesmerizing, I'll admit. Whoa, it's not often I get a compliment from you of all people. I just call them like I see them. Anyway, those are called lino flowers, right? I hear they bloom in the Empire, too. Yep, they're indigenous to the East, but they were taken abroad back in the Middle Ages. I heard there was some growing around here, so I decided to stop by. Seeing them in full bloom is a sight you don't want to miss. You ain't wrong there. It sure is a sight for sore eyes. Definitely isn't a bad place to kick back and pop open some cold ones. That's actually what's often done at flower viewing parties in the East. It's easy to get swept up in the atmosphere with all of this nature around. So, you want to fight? No. What? Boo. Huh. I like how that guy just comes out and says, "Hey, fight me." So, I want to fight to the death? Let me think. No. Damn it! I freaking knew this was the reason you want to call me out here. Why do you want to fight me so bad anyway? What makes you think I'd be a match against a divine blade? Oh, I don't think of that at all. You'd be lucky to last 5 seconds against me as you are now. But as that dark blue Grendel? Now that's another story entirely. Okay, I think we'll see what's going on. Our fight against the Crimson Grendel must have lit a fire in you. Am I wrong? Nope, you hit the nail on the head. The moment I laid eyes on it, I was itching to pull out my sword and go to town. And just when I thought my chance had arrived, boom, gone in a flash. Can't contain myself any longer. Guess that means running from the hills is off the table. Not like I'll let you go back to Aramis in that state anyway. I'm glad you're so quick to understand. Now let's hurry up and get started. Sorry, but that ain't an option either. I can't go Grendel when my Hollow Mare isn't around. She's been sleeping like a baby ever since the Genesis stopped functioning. Oh, well, that sucks. What am I supposed to do now? I'm completely overstimulated and don't have an opponent who can bear the brunt of my attacks. Don't hit the panic button just yet. I have an idea. Just need to change the venue. We're going Marching Garden? Looks like it. Marching Garden? Ah, battlefield where Lionel flowers with a full moon. Couldn't ask for a more perfect backdrop for a duel. Corrigan must have used the area we were in, along with your fighting spirit, as data. Anyhow, I think this should work. Hey! Whew. Keep in mind, I think this is just a digital recreation. I've been through the translation enough times, and now that I can tell the difference. We only just freed this place from the guard masters, so this is kind of like exploding a bug while things are still destabilized. I don't care about any of that. All that matters now is I can have my fun. Fair warning, I can also get pretty damn fired up when I'm in this form. I won't be able to pump the brakes now that the engine is going. You poked the bear, so get ready for a beatdown. Oh, I'm more than ready for that. Bring it on. Oh boy. Do I have to flashy fight her? Taking the initiative was definitely the right call, but I think you were just a little too hasty. You need to give yourself enough room to predict how your opponent might counterattack. Shit, even with all the overpowered freaks I fought with Brenda up until now, she has them all beat. The power of the Divine Blades is freaking unreal. Yeah. And now you're letting your mind wander too much. A moment is all I need to break through your defenses. Erase all thoughts of this fleeting mortal coil and focus only on the battle before you. Concentrate on me. Concentrate on yourself. Because in this world, none exists except us. I can't keep up with her. It's taking all I have just to fend her off. What's the matter, Vaughn? I've seen you fight opponents with more tenacity than this. Oh boy. He's charging up. That's more like it. Speed and power are extraordinary. Looks like he's finally unleashing his inner beast. A beast worthy of the name Devourer of Nightmares. However, it's going to take a lot more than a mere beast to satiate me. Oh! Can't keep up with her when I'm relying on my wits, and I play right into her hands when I act on instinct. Is there really nothing I can do? Wait, I got it. Both the nightmare and the beast that devours it. What's this? I think some part of me was still trying to hold back. But now I'm ready to come at you with everything I have. Oh, he's gone Super Saiyan. He's literally Super Saiyan. There it is. That's what I was after. The ultimate form hidden inside you. I suppose I'd better respond in kind then. Oh boy, here goes the spirit unification. That looks even more powerful than when we saw Long Lie. You've been toying with me this whole time. Well, whatever. I won't let that stop me. He's gone Super Saiyan. Even his hair turned red. Or yellow. Red. So you fight to the bitter end, Grendel? System error. Data overload from unknown source has been detected. System processing capacity exceeded. Oh no. What? No, not now. Marchigaran eagerly awaits your next visit. Wow, that was a rip. Back to reality. We were so close. Just when I finally found a new heights to reach. Wanna go again? Nope. Figured. Not really in the mood anyway. Shame we couldn't finish our duel, but I guess I'm satisfied for now. Can't remember the last time I got to see you use Akegarasu to its full potential. Huh? What's that? Is that the name of your sword or something? Uh-huh. It goes by other names too, but I'm really not really supposed to go into that. The sheath is made from the weapons of many hardened fighters. Bet I could have spruced it up nicely had I gotten my hands on the Grendel's armor. Probably would have been hard, given that it's made of shards, but heck, knowing you, I'm sure you'd figure out a way to do it. Anyway, I had a lot of fun. Thanks a bunch, Vaughn. Sheesh, you really are something else. Well, I'm not exactly what you'd call a devoted martial artist, but I definitely feel like I caught a glimpse of something new. Maybe it wouldn't be so bad to do this again at some point. Really? Let's go another... Not now! I said at some point. Excellent work, Princess. Same to you, Arkwright. Is that Kurogane? Yep. Whoa, where'd you come from? He brought snacks! Hey there, looks like you got everything ready for us. Indeed, I just finished setting the table. Enjoy. Well, since we're here already, why don't we have a few drinks while we take in the view? Oh boy. Holy crap, this is delicious! Did that Kuragana guy make all this? He sure did. Isn't he great? He likes to cook when he's brushing up on his ninja skills. Although cooking might actually be a part of his ninjutsu training. After all, poisoning food is a tried and true means of assassination. And I've lost my appetite. Anyway, I don't want to hear you talk about ninja stuff all that much. I don't hear you talk about the ninja stuff all that much, which strikes me as weird considering you were from Ikaruga. This may surprise you to hear, but despite me being Ikaruga's second in command, and despite learning the Black God One and Blade style from my master, I'm not actually a shinobi myself. I played around with some of the practitioners with Rogetsu school, but that's about it. I've been meaning to ask you this for a while. Is that master of yours one they call the Sword Hermit? That's right, and he just so happens to be an old friend of your master's. He was Ikaruga's former chieftain, the Sword Hermit Yun Kafai. Yeah, this is the asshole. Where the fuck is he at? All throughout Cold Steel, Reen kept talking about him, about his master, and not a shred of visual evidence have we seen of him. We haven't even seen a picture or a flashback. I don't even know what the man looks like. All these games, and he has yet to deign to make his appearance. In the West, he's better known as the founder of Eight Leaves One Blade School. Is that right? So does it mean the Black God style is similar to the Eight Leaves? Similar in some ways, but not so much in others. The Dark Blade style of the Black God School has 1,000 years of history behind it. Eight Leaves One Blade is more of a modified Light Blade style that Master himself created using the Black God as the basis. Both aim to guide the practitioners along the path to enlightenment, but the roads we take and the means we use couldn't be more different. Since I trained under the Master himself, I have a good understanding of how the two styles differ. Huh, didn't realize there was so much to it. Now let me ask you a question of my own. Are you planning to stick with the Kunlun school until you master it? Or will you continue to pursue that hollow style of yours? To be honest, I'm not too interested in doing either. I'm taking what I've learned from him and incorporating it all into my own style. I have taken a roundabout path, but it's worked for me so far. That's a very you answer. That said, the road you're walking is the thorny one. Instead of following any one school of discipline at the end, you're aiming for variety. You're basically scooping up little bits from all over. And while variety is the spice of life, there are limitations to overcome when trying to approach things from a great perspective. The path you're taking may turn out to be more than you can bear. Well, I can cross that bridge when I get there. Till then, I'm gonna stick to my old way of doing things. That involves helping people through forest BGs, like the one you just put out. If the conditions are right, I just get out there and do it. I see. That's just the kind of person you are, huh? You're an interesting man, Vaughn. One of these days, I'd like to introduce you to the matron, our chieftain. You have to reach the eastern end of the continent, though. No one outside the Black God and Eight Leaf Schools has ever done that. But there's a first for everything. You might be able to pull it off, assuming you get a hand on that Grendel form of yours. Why am I getting bad vibes from this? Don't worry your spiky little head. You know, I'm never bored when I'm around you. I'm always having all sorts of new experiences, like when we had nearly attained new heights a bit ago. Hope you and I can continue being good friends. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Better friends than adversaries. Who said anything about us not being adversaries, too? You know, just because you can read my mind doesn't mean you should. After that, the two of them spent a while enjoying the flowers blooming in the trees, and once they were done, they drove back to the city. That was nice. Hey. Oh, I don't get an item for her? Rip. I don't get a special item like I did for Yume? Alright. What's next on the list? I guess I'll do Agnes. Found part ways with his companion for a short while, then headed to the Trion Tower to meet up with Agnes. Why would you depart with your companion when she's right next to you? Fine, Agnes. A pleasure to see you again. Good day, Professor Hamilton. I'm the president. Yeah, it's been, what, 2.5 weeks now? I apologize for calling you over here, but with the school festival keeping you occupied. Well, I feel it's important that I return this to you, Agnes. So without further ado, here you are. what I get. Thank you, Professor. You pretty much done all the probing you can so far on why the Genesis not working, right? Any developments we should know about? No, sadly. Not even using my make a connection at the Institute to run it through every instrument at our disposal. I failed to glean even any new facts, let alone the root cause behind the inexplicable phenomenon we've observed so far. Nevertheless, I'm of a mind to continue investigation. Sorry to put you through so much trouble, but we'd really appreciate if you could. There are still so many things that we have yet to understand. But we need to do so in order to prepare for what lies ahead. Who the fuck knows what lies ahead? I can see as much of your forebears in you. Clearly, Professor Epstein's spirit lives on, as does Lilia's. Lilia? That's Agnes's grandma, right? Yes, though I never got a chance to meet her myself. According to my great-grandfather's notes, she used to be going to and from the library all the time. A laboratory. Indeed, I believe Lilia was around 10 years old back then. She was strong of heart, smart as a whip, and compassionate to boot. Sometimes she would make her tea for her father and us disciples. On occasion, her spontaneous comments would even lead to breakthroughs in our research. That girl certainly did wonders for our motivation. Sounds a lot like you mazes for us. You may be right there. Thank you for sharing, Professor. This is the joy to hear. My grandmother had already passed when I was born, you see, so I never really knew her all that well. Though my mother told me she was a kind, dauntless woman who raised her single-handedly. I see. That description fits Lilia to a T. All in all, however, neither I nor the other disciples can really tell you very much about her. That's due in particular to the way she vanished right after the professor's death, leaving only a note behind. For real? I've heard a bit about this. Half my grandmother's life is completely unaccounted for. At the time, the guild was still in its infancy. When they failed to find her, the search was called off. So imagine my shock when I first met you, her granddaughter, and Basil. In any case, you already know Quattro is like family to me, so don't ever feel as though you don't have to be a stranger to her. That goes for you as well, Vaughn. Even if it has nothing to do with the Geneseeds, you're welcome to reach out in times of need. Appreciate it. Might even happen sooner than we think. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to help you too, Professor. Also, we'd love to have you at this year's school festival if you'd be willing. It's shaping up to be a spectacular event thanks in part to Quattro's contribution. Ah yes, Esmeralda has been telling me all about it. I'll try my best to make time for a visit. Alright. Well, we picked up the Genesis. Ready to head back to the academy? About that. It's not as if we're in any hurry. Do you suppose we could stick around here for just a little bit longer? To tell you the truth, I'd actually want to come up here with you at some point. Oh yeah? Not that you bring it up, I guess this is the first time we've been up here together. It was pretty packed back at the festival anyway, so I could use some time away from the crowds. No harm in hanging back and taking a look around. Great! Thanks, Vaughn. And so Vaughn and Agnes enjoyed a leisurely stroll along the observation deck. They decided to take in the city sights from one of the telescopes. Let's see, if I turn it over here in this direction... Aha! Old Town spotted. I'm pointed right at the office in Montmartre. Seriously? You got sights for sale around. That's the first thing you pick? Well, it's important to me. I always look there whenever I do this. Even on my days off from work, I worry about whether you're eating a balanced diet or not. What are you, my nosy sister-in-law? Good luck keeping a food diary on me way up here. Let's look over there next. The century marches as lively as ever today. No matter how much we modernize the rest of the city, the slice of it never really seems to change. You a long-time customer or something? I thought your house was over in the 10th district. Well, really, my mother would only take me shopping there every so often when I was little. But there were other occasions, such as birthdays, holidays, or rare times when my father made space in his busy schedule to come home early. The two of us would poke our heads in one stall after another, deliberating over what to eat. We used to have so much fun back then. Warms your heart to think about it. Here's Dirk Memorial Park. Our father used to drive me here as a child so we could take Alphonse for a walk. Oh, your pet dog? I met him at the end of last year when I dropped you off dropped it off that one time, right? The second I petted the guy, he started cleaning our roughhousing like no tomorrow. Almost thought I'd never shake myself free. He's usually so quiet around anyone outside our family, too. I guess he took a special liking to you. You're free to stop by and keep him company if you like. What, and just stroll right into the president's house? I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Probably wouldn't be a good look. And there's Aramis Academy over in the Arbor districts. The festival's this busy on the first day. You're gonna be swamped all the way to the last. Oh, I'll make it through somehow. What's up? Don't laugh, but I was just thinking, wow, I'm actually a student here. Even now it still hits me. I suppose it's because this is where my mother and father first met. Huh, that's news to me. The story goes that my grandmother was working the student store at the time. Being a single parent, she got permission to bring her daughter, Sophie, my mother, to work with her. My father had only just enrolled at the academy when they first got acquainted. From there, he wound up becoming a family friend of sorts. Almost sounds like it was fated to be, though I'm guessing there was a bit of an age gap there, huh? Yes, 8 years to be exact. It wasn't long after they met that they became almost like siblings. But as they grew up alongside one another, their shared feelings slowly blossomed into love. Then one day they came here to the observation deck where my father finally proposed to her. That's so. Almost poetic, considering that your great-granddad was the one who designed this tower to begin with. I guess that must make it pretty special to you. Yes, in a way it symbolizes the bond between the two sides of my family, the Claudels and the Gramharts. Shortly after I came along, my father's political career took off. He became busy while I began to feel lonely. So my parents made an effort to clear out their schedules to bring me to the Tryon Tower. My mother talked about all sorts of things while we were here. She told me about my life with my grandmother and about the way she met my father, about how the three of them would often visit the tower, about the irreplaceable moments she and my father created together, about the guilt he felt over losing my birthday, missing my birth due to his military duties, about how overjoyed he was when he first held me in his hands, about how elated she was when she finally proposed, and all the while my father would have a faint, uncharacteristic blush on his face. Admittedly, a lot of things she said were too difficult for me to understand at that age. I can imagine why. You don't look that old. But I always loved seeing her smile spread from cheek to cheek over every new tale she recounted about my father and grandmother. It's not quite the same as my great-grandfather's diaries, but hearing those stories about my family meant so much to me. It gave me hope that someday I'd meet my own special someone and get a chance to share this place with them too. Agnes. Over dramatic, I know. No need to take it too seriously. Nah, it's nice. It's a nice sentiment. I'm almost jealous. This tower basically ties your family together. Even the grandmother you never met in person. I thought exactly. Regardless of the circumstances, my mother and father crossed paths, fell in love, and had me. This place is always great here as a reminder to put my faith in the bonds that connect us as family. That's the thing I truly love about it. But ever since I started helping you with your sprigging work, it's taken on another meaning. You, me, and the others have been all over Edith, solving 4SPG after 4SPG. And now, looking over the city from here, fills me with pride over everything we've accomplished. I think about the many things my family took in this same view, and how I'm striving to protect it with my own two hands. I'm just so glad I joined Arkwright Solutions. That's why I want to give you credit where it's due, not just when it comes to gathering all the Genesees. Thank you, Vaughn, for everything. It's because you helped me grow as a person that I'm able to feel this way, and that's worth the world to me. Come on now, haven't we been over this? Any growth you made is your own doing. You're the one who leapt into my line of business and took whatever you could from the experience. You were tenacious like nothing else, sticking to your guns until you got what you were after. Honestly, I never could have imagined how far you'd go. When I up and vanished last year, you came after me without a moment's hesitation. And as if that wasn't enough, you rose up against a being capable of rocking this world to its core and gave him a piece of your mind. We were talking to Vaughn, not you! We don't care about you in the slightest. I remember that. So get over sight, return Vaughn to us at once! I remember that. I don't think it's a stretch to say that, if nothing else. Your strength has pulled me through my fair share of scraps. So much that I even went from nearly being given up on myself to holding on no matter what. Point is, you're dead wrong if you think your gratitude is a one-way street. Vaughn. Like I said before, me taking your request to fund the Genesis came from with special conditions. So I'm counting on you to hold up your end of the bargain as my assistant. Yes, sir. Happy to be of service as always, Vaughn. Well, that's nice. That's a nice touching little moment between the two of them. Vaughn and I have decided to leave the tower. I wonder if he realized what I was hinting at. Vaughn's 25 now, so I know we're a bit far apart. My parents had the same 8-year gap between them that we do. Of course, I still have a long way to go before I can measure up to him. It's only a matter of time, though. I'm sure of it. Agnes, you coming or what? Be right there. She loves him. I mean, it was already obvious that Agnes liked Vaughn. It was already plainly obvious. But that pretty much confirmed it right there. Yep. Sorry about that. I'm not quite sure what happened. My recording stopped. I think what happened is I pressed the key on my keyboard by accident, and I ended up stopping the recording. Good thing I stopped it right there, and not midway through all that. Holy shit! I mean, I always knew that. I mean, it was obvious that Agnes liked Vaughn. It was dead obvious. But yeah, that whole scene right there just basically confirmed that she likes him. She loves him. It was obvious. Now, who knows what the fuck Vaughn's thinking? Who knows what the fuck Vaughn's thinking? Who knows? But that pretty much confirmed that she has feelings for Vaughn. Plus the fact that he added in a heartbeat was obvious, dead obvious. All right, probably got time for maybe one more to bang out, maybe two. Fairy. If I can bang out two, that'd be great. But we'll see. Alright, Fairy. Long story short, I'm concerned for you. You sure you can handle whatever job it is the crew are sending you on? Sorry to worry so much, Vaughn. I was actually waffling on whether or not to tell you, but I guess this kind of makes the choice for me. Here, this is my assignment. Don't think I recognize him. His name is Davin, a bad actor known for being a criminal consultant. He helps crooks draft out schemes in exchange for Mira, leaving no trails in the process. Sounds pretty similar to the Daybreak's shady practices. Yeah, I think this guy's note was way lower on the food chain than him, though. A few weeks ago, he fed information to the crew guy and made a request of them. The request was to subdue a twisted group of brokers from the west and half of Zemari who kidnapped and trapped war orphans. No self-respecting warrior could ignore info like that, assuming it was true anyway. I get your meaning. It was all just a ruse, huh? When Abby arrived with his men to scope out the area, the targets were the complete opposite of what they expected. It was actually a group of NGO personnel providing a support and shelter to war orphans. Around the same time, we learned that Davin's real goal was to make a business of training and selling off child soldiers. So he wanted to manipulate your tribe into getting rid of an organization that was posing a threat to his enterprise. Gutsy move. Takes a real pair of brass ones to try and screw with Kruga of all core. My people strictly prohibit the killing of unarmed civilians, even in combat zones. Abusing our prized warriors and pitting us against our vows is a deed worth 1,000 deaths. They left the responsibility of sorting out the issue to my shoulders. Sorting out, huh? That's one way to spin it. Let me guess. They have you something. This have something to do with you coming of age of your last birthday. Oh, you knew about that? Yeah, we Kruger are treated as adults from 14 onward. I looked into some of your people's traditions while training under your brother. So I also know that all adult warriors have to go through a rite of passage. They do. That's probably why this mission is supposed to be. I guess it's finally time for me to grab the knife you held in my place way back when. Farida. You really don't need to worry. Abby gave me all the time I need on the target. I wouldn't want to keep you from enjoying the festival. A little bit too late for that. This doesn't have any of the same overtones as what happened with Ida. But I was one who took the liberty of stepping in back then, so you can't say it's got nothing to do with me. Plus, as your boss at Arkwright Solutions and current Guardian, they've got responsibility to your dad and Ida to look out for you. So I'm taking it upon myself to see you through this, whether you like it or not. wouldn't sit right with me otherwise. Vaughn. Okay then. Things will go smoother with your help anyway. Let's go, Vaughn. I've got a duty as a word to fulfill. Alright. With the intel Hassan provided to her, Fairy started gathering in for more details about Davin. Through Vaughn's connections, they managed to determine the location of his various bases of operation around the capital. Eventually, the time came for them to chase him down. Shit, why won't any of my flunkies pick up? Did the other bases already get wiped out? It took almost no time for the lid to get blown off our entire operation. Maybe the crew finally shifted into high gear? No, this can't be anything bigger than a recon squad. Fine by me, I can pick them off and make a break for it before the main unit arrives. Dead end! Still, this should be far enough for me to give some breathing room. Wrong. This is the end of the line. Davin, the criminal consultant? I knew you'd come here to lay low. Who the hell are you? Wait, those clothes. You're telling me it's my subordinates let our bases get obliterated by a little girl? But not just any little girl. That's right. I'm a Kruger warrior, and you're out of escape routes. Better make your peace. Hold your horses, little lady. I wasn't thinking straight. I was never meant to soil your people's honor, I swear. So please. Die already! Leave me be! Huh? Whew! Made it. It's time to spare. Nice one, Farida. Your read on this being a sniper nest was spot on. Thanks, Vaughn. I owe you one. Sweet mother Vitos! No, stop! Listen, little lady, I have a sick mother back home, so have a heart, let me go, will ya? Just don't kill me, I'm begging you. Flames of judgment will cleanse the souls of the wicked. This is the law passed down through our tribe. Woo! Huh? I'm still alive? Any life here will be letting you off easy. Your criminal consultant's consultations have probably built up a seedy network spreading in every direction. I can't say I truly fulfill my duty as a warrior until the dog's been burnt down to cinders. That makes you more valuable as fuel for the fire. If you throw you in the right place, your flames will smoke out while the others crawling around in the dark. No, you weren't thinking of handing me into the CID, are you? Let's not be hasty. At least give me a little guild or the police. If I expose my connections, I'd be dead men walking. By ratting out your friends and colleagues, you'll end their spite and lose your place in the underworld forever. But that's a fate you've brought on yourself, even the countless evils you've committed. There's no getting away. Your only hope is to pray. Pray to the flames and Arusha for forgiveness. Phew! And that's a wrap. Afterward, Vaughn contacted the Second Lieutenant Kayla and turned Davin over to the CID. Not once did I think anyone would make such a clean sweep of bringing this criminal consultant to justice. You may be young for a Kruger, but actually, why don't I say you did an amazing job and leave it at that? Just following orders is all. Can we count you to handle the rest? You certainly can. We'll make those connections for every last drop of intel they're worth. It's all over. Never should have got mixed up with the Kruger. Even if I didn't catch you, someone else would have sooner or later. Own up to your sins and atone like you mean it, and your wars of Kruger might turn a blind eye to you. I know that stuff about your Yumi being sick was probably a lie. But take good care of her, okay? Once you make amends and return home, I mean. Huh? You saw through that story about my mother? Then why bother showing me any mercy at all? Doesn't make any damn sense. That's just fairy for you. Always full of surprises, ain't you? You pulled that off with the flying colors. That'll teach me to doubt your abilities. I'm glad you found a path that worked for you. One where being a warrior just isn't about raining judgment down. I wouldn't have happened without your help with gathering intel. Ever since I was little, I was taught that being a warrior meant purging evil where it stood, and I never questioned that. Then, Last year, after everything that happened with Ida and me coming into Arkwright Solutions, I overcame a lot of difficult challenges. I had to face up the possibility of another me who had never had that, and I wondered if I was betraying my duty. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized that there was more than just one answer. And I wanted to prove it somehow. Thus, Rite of Passage gave me a chance to show that I was able to find my own answer. I don't know what Abby and Cosmo will think about it once they hear the details, though. Hey, when it comes down to it, you still stuck to your tribe's code, right? Doubt anyone could give you a hard time over that. One thing's for sure, though. You've come a long way since you first started working for me. Good job, Farida. I mean it. Vaughn. All the time I spent with you and the rest of the team really paid off. I can't thank you enough for that. By the way, I had to put you out even further. But can I make one more selfish request? Depends. What's on your mind? Was it the Ferris wheel? No, maybe not. Whenever a warrior completes this rite of passage, they go through what we call the adornment ceremony. Traditionally, a trusted family member or friend is supposed to help put it on. I was originally going to ask Ida, but, you know, I heard about this. It's a sacred once-in-a-lifetime ritual. But I'm not even a Jaeger, let alone a warrior. Sure it's okay for me to take part? Sure, I'm sure, Vaughn. I'd really like it if you could see me off on my journey into adulthood. Well, can't say no to that. It's a big responsibility, but I'll try to do it justice. Farida al-Farid, thou child of flames. May thee walk with pride upon thy path till thy embers burn their last. On the honor of my people, Arusha's chosen, do I make this vow. Hey! It's a little tickly. How do I look? Like you were born to wear it. Gotta admit though, I'm a little scared your dad's gonna want to work with me when he finds out I helped you come of age. Huh? Why would Abby care? No reason. That's the topic when you're further down the line. Further down the road. Oh boy. I think I know what he's hinting at too. If you say so, I already know I have a lot of ground to cover. So in the meantime, I'm gonna learn what I can by sticking with you. I promise to give it all I've got. For everyone who's helped me grow as a person. Of course, we're glad to have you, Farida. Hey, nice. Hey, ooh, hair ornaments. Cool.
だからいつか道が決まるその日までバンさんのそばでもっともっと勉強させてくださいね。
Right. Okie dokie. Alright, that is done. We'll do one more. Let's go with Ren. Top it off with Ren. And that's what led to the bicycle parking incident. I got hiccups. We've since changed the way we're directing traffic, so I don't expect this to be an issue going forward. Well, I'm glad to hear this man came to a swift resolution, which is no doubt owed to your prompt response, I'm sure. Thank you for your report. Keep up the good work as always. Of course. Oh, and one last thing. I know you're in charge of the festival now, but I hope you'll give yourself a break too. It's long overdue. Look at all the fucking paperwork she has to file through. Jesus. Hello, Ren Bright speaking. Oh my, a direct inquiry from the Institute? Is that in regards to the dissertation I published recently? So they would like me to give a lecture on the design theories behind network traffic for long-distance communication? I understand. I'll check my schedule and get back to you as soon as I can. Have a lovely day. Look at her, Miss Busybody. Phew, no rest of the real student council president, I suppose. Hey! Oh, what the fuck? They don't give them the faces? The eyes? It's just a blank face for fucking Estelle, Yoshua, and fucking... God damn it. It's just a faceless hero. Come on. You can't do that. You can't do that to them. Fucking Tita, Yoshua, and Estelle. At least give them the eyes. God damn it. Well then, I think I'll take advantage of this brief respite to chip away at my paperwork. Let's start with the club application and the paperwork submitted for the new school year. Oh, come in! I don't know if it's Odette this time. Nope, it's me. Hey there, sorry to interrupt. You look as busy as ever, Mr. President. Ah, good afternoon, Vaughn. This is an unexpected surprise, but not an unwelcome one. To what do I owe this visit? Has something happened? There's a problem, I'll make sure it's taken care of right away. Actually, I just came to check and ask one simple question. Want to come on a little date with me? My, Von Arkrod, never took you for a casual flirt. I wonder how Agnes and Lane would have reacted if I spilled the tea on this little move you're making. Huh? Why are you bringing them up? Anyway, it looks like you're wrapped up in all the work you doesn't even know. You're wrapped up in all the work you need to do for now. You can spare the time, I'm sure. But if you want to play a stubborn card, I'll just have to drag you out of this office by force. Well, aren't you leaving me much choice in the matter? Not that I'm objecting, of course. Absconding with you might make for a pleasant change of pace. Would you care to escort me? Of course. Hey. We're going out the rear exit? Where the fuck are we going? We literally just kidnapped her. Okay. Ah, so they have new sightseeing guides for Liberal and Crossbow, do they? There's even one for the Empire. Can't imagine I'll be heading out that way anytime soon, but I'd like to someday. Bet there are loads of great desserts you can finally find on the western half of the continent. Well, if you do decide to go out that way, I wouldn't mind showing you around. I can take you to a tour of all the major cities, and I can help find you the places that are off the map. I know all the best restaurants. Careful, I might take you up on that offer. You know, not might, he would. He would take her up on that offer. Huh, never really had you pegged as a type who liked fishing. Oh yeah, I think you once told me that your older sister was pretty into it. She's a bracer, yeah? That's right, she taught me how to fish before I moved to Calvard. I only do it on occasion, but it's a nice way to pass the time. She and her partner are traveling all over Zemuri on their effort to achieve A-ring status. I thought they were already A-ring status, though. Wait, I thought Estelle and Yosha were already A-rings. Am I wrong? Have I been wrong this whole time? Someone tell me, I thought they were already A-rings. She sends me pictures of fish she catches sometimes. Though I do wish she'd spare me the details of the little lover spats. Sounds like the two of you are pretty tight. Holy shit, it's that limited edition cake everyone's been hyped up about. Every time I poke my head in here, it's always sold out. It was even featured in a magazine special on Heavenly Confections. It certainly looks delicious. It probably would go well with a refreshing cup of tea. Want to give it a try? I know you're only asking because you want to try it for yourself, but very well. You can have some. Hell yeah! So excited for a cake. Eventually, the pair made their way to the Grand Circuit. After partaking in a leisurely stroll around the racetrack, they did some window shopping and dropped by the beer garden. What the beer garden? What? Why would they go there? Alright. The beer garden. Was there even such a thing as the beer garden? Phew, we sure packed a lot of that bought in one date, huh? Indeed. You have my gratitude, Vaughn. This is exactly the sort of break I needed. Although I can't help but feel this supposed date is missing something. A touch of romance, perhaps? Hey, cut me some slack. I'm already in enough trouble as is for running off with a high school girl. What a pity. I don't think she'd care, honestly. It is Ren you're talking about. Alright, I think it's about time you came clean. About the reason you took me on this date, I mean. It was almost as though you could tell I was in low spirits. I know you did all this from a place of genuine concern, but the timing was just a little too perfect, even for you. Tell me, did Estelle, Yoshua, and Tita send you a force speech through the guild? Oh, did they? My guess is yes. They were unable to fill their promise of coming to today's festival, so they must be their way of making up for that. Seriously, that's what they did? Well, come on. We couldn't get to see that bullshit. So apparently Estelle, Yoshua, and Tita know about Vaughn. All right. Well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. I already told them they didn't need to come. I didn't want them to feel guilty. They had their hands full with their work at the guild and the ZCF, so I fully understood that why they couldn't make the time. I know they were looking forward to it, and that I was out of their hands. I tried to reassure them I was fine, but no, I suppose they could tell that deep down I miss them. They really are such kind, lovely people. That's why I miss them so. Yeah, that much is clear as day. I mean, they're the ones who found you when you were still wandering around on your own as Kitty. You all got a special bond. Indeed we do, and my pride and joy. Even though we literally had to chase you to the ends of the earth, and literally into hell. You gave them quite the chase. Thank you, Vaughn. This is a really nice surprise. Maybe one day I can return the favor to them. It's ironic that the former Kitty could only barely scratch the surface. You didn't think the surprise was over already, did you? Hmm? A new hollow system. What is... Oh, is that... Oh, no, is that Patter Mater? You've grown, partner. Is that Patter Mater? Hello? Are you... Is it really you? No, don't say that. It's not true. It's not true. It's not true! Ren. He sustained critical damage as logical units. There's no backup system for Gordius class archaisms. It'll be alright. We'll fix you. We'll... It is Patter Mater. Oh shit, was this back in Azure? This was back in Azure, wasn't it? Because that's when Patter Mater died. And that must have been Estelle and Yoshua, right? It has to be. Oh shit, it is Patter Mater. Yo, he's back. Press record every activation since 2004 or 1204. It's good to see you again, Ren. It is Patter Mater. Did we surprise you? Oh, was that them? Ah, it's Estelle. Fucking young. Sorry we couldn't make it the festival, Ren. I know it doesn't really make up for it, but we've had this gift in the works for a super long time. That's Yoshua. Now that you're coming up on graduation, since you're going to be turning 18, we want to do something special to commemorate the occasion. It took a lot of people to make it happen, but and we do owe a few favors to the people of the world over. That's Tita. That's Tita, but it was all worth it because we were able to bring in someone who meant the world to you. How's that for a surprise? We hope you like it. Estelle, Yoshua, and even Tita. No, I'm sure you weren't the only ones who did this. That's right. Your family and friends weren't my only clients. The Golden Butterfly and the Direwolf were also in on this. Oh, and an unnamed fortune teller and the Phantom Thief pitched in too. Oh shit! Phantom Thief, the fortune teller. That's probably what's her face from I can't think of her name. She kind of like dresses like Ashen. I can't fucking think. I can't remember her name. It's gotta be her, right? Request is signed by a whole lot of them. Even George, whoever he is, put his name down. George. I can't. Who's George? I don't. That one doesn't ring a bell. Oh wait, wasn't that the doll maker? It's the same Gordius class archaism that was destroyed during Crossbell's first bid for independence 5 years ago. They've been working on restoring it in secret, and they asked me to deliver it to you. Now I can support you once more. It is good to be home, Ren. Hey! I got a message. Way to ruin it, Jeremy! Hey! Welcome home. Welcome home, Patter Mater. Looks like my work here is done. Hey, he's back! Estelle, Yoshua, Tita, everyone. Hope you realize just how unfair this is. You kept all this from me. You even roped George and Luciola into it. Your best friend's the ones that got the ball rolling. She took an interest in holocores while researching the Zypha standard. Then, when the idea popped into her head, she and your family set to work on it. They had to get in contact with the Ouroboros and George so they could restore Patermater as a holocore. And it turns out, news travels fast in society. Once the word hit, it spread like wildfire. They all gathered the data for when Patermater was destroyed, along with any scrap of archive info from the 13 factories. Using that as a base, they were able to assemble a logic unit that was close to the original as you could get. And then they recreated it. Having said that, it's still just a prototype. They'll be making some improvements in the future. They got past all kinds of organizational and international barriers to make this happen. It's a miracle in the truest sense of the word. This is all thanks to the connections you've made along the way. They all came together and made it a reality. You're right. And don't forget that you played a part in this too, Vaughn. You speak as though you had next to no involvement, but that simply isn't true. After all, you're the one who lives in the space between the light and dark, allowing you to be connected to and trusted by those on both sides. I mean, I guess. Anyway, hopefully this helps you realize just how many people you have in your corner. Yes, I feel like this experience has really driven that point home for me. You really outdone yourself this time, Vaughn. Nah, all I did was handle one little request. But I will say, just because you can do anything doesn't mean you should try to do everything. If you need help, I'm just a phone call away, and you can always shoot me a 4SPG wherever you'd like. I'll do whatever I can for you. Oh, you really are impossible. You just won't be a player, will you? I feel like I'll never be able to repay all you've done for me. No. One day I'll find a way. Hey, yes! It's a happy ending. That was so good. Even though they were specifically named. Even though we never got. That was nuts. That was really touching. Even though we never actually got to see Yoshua, Estelle, and Tita, it's nice that they actually made an appearance in some form. That was nice. I like that. And we got Patermater back. Hey, nice. What kind of shit does he have with him? Does he have with him? Oops. That was nice. I like that one. That one a lot. I think out of all the connection events we've done so far, that one is by far my favorite. That was so good. That was so good. Hey. I want to use it, but it's such a downgrade from Frau. It's such a downgrade. You know what? Fuck it. I don't care. Hey! What's this? Hey! It's only right that she has this equipped. I don't care. It's only right that she has that equipped. Hey, that was so good. Alright. Shit, man. Leave the best connection event to last, right? Fuck. Should've saved it for the last one. But, we got 3 more we gotta bang out. So when we come back, we'll bang out the last 3, and then, we'll move on. So, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you then. Later.